Session English, communication in English.
Hi guys, here's Catherine. Welcome back to my book review. So first, I want to ask the question. Do you also feel panic or anxious when things don't go your way? We all know sometimes stuff just doesn't go the way we planned. It's like plans change and things happen. And you freak out and make yourself feel more and more anxious and get into an endless loop. The book I will introduce today can give you some clues to find solutions. It's called When Things Don't Go Your Way and was written by Haemin Sunim. I pick up 3 parts I'm interested in from the book. Let's divide into Don't Be Alright. We heard the quote that said, "It's okay to be not okay." Sometimes when I'm feeling depressed, I tend to judge myself, wondering why I can't be stronger or smarter. It's a common experience. Many of us question why we can't just be stronger and more positive, or why we can fit into what we perceive as normal. But the key is to remember that we are all human. It's okay to feel emotions, to accept them, and to face them head-on. Instead of pressing yourself to feel better, you can allow yourself to release the emotion, to embrace our emotion, not escape them. It's not easy, so I'm gonna tell you what the book encourages us. The book says, things don't happen in our life like we have hoped. When we encounter unfavorable outcomes, we often experience difficult emotions. If this is happening to you right now, no matter how overwhelming and terrifying it is, I want you to know that you can weather the storm. You are stronger than you feel right now, and wiser than you believe. Here are my 2 favorite quotes in this chapter. The first one: when you fall in a dark theater, give your eyes a moment to adjust before getting up. Similarly, if life knocks you down, take your time to process your emotions and wait for a clear path forward to become visible. This is a simple example that reminds us to remain calm and accept the fact during difficult times, and to be patient while waiting for a chance or light to guide us. And the second one is that it be okay to be disliked, because no matter what you do, there will always be someone who disapproves of you. So instead of worrying about criticism and rejection, making choice based on your value and needs, and always live your life authentically. When I read this part, I feel like that's so true. Everything you do always have someone who might judge you, disagree with you, or cause jealousy to make a bad comment about you. But the important thing is, we are not perfect. So why do we need to live with perfection? I choose my values. I do the thing I like. This is my own life experience, not others. We live on our own. And life is already tough. Why do we have to follow society's standards or care about other nonsense that only complicate our life? And move on to the next chapter. Let's discussion about small but certain happiness. The most relative part is the book's suggestion of finding happiness. If you wish to be happy, try doing things differently. On the way home, take a path other than the usual way. Try ordering a new dish instead of the same old food. Find a new song to listen to beyond your usual playlist. Change your location of the furniture in your house. Try out the book in a genre you don't normally read, and buy some fresh flowers to put on your table. We feel happy when we experience positive newness. Before I read this part, I was already curious about what happiness truly is and how to find it. I tried out all sorts of things, and you know what? The craziest thing is, this suggestion in the book kind of mirror what I've been doing to find happiness. Turns out, happiness isn't this big, unreachable thing. It's about tricking the little stuff in your life and turning it into a bit of an adventure. And you'll be surprised how much the small change can light your day up and make you feel free inside. I mean, I've been living in even before cracking open this book. I found some real wisdom both in life and in these pages. So here's my tip for you all. If you are on the hunt for happiness, give this suggestion a shot. With this passage, I also found one favorite quote here. We become happy not because we finally got what we want, but because we finally relax without looking for it. We become happy when we stop chasing it and learn to appreciate what we have. That is the truth of the happiness. And the final part in my choosing of 3, when facing uncertainty. It's a growth chapter. I like the part of it say, the reason people don't succeed is that they only think inwardly and never put those thoughts into action. As Master Yoda once said, do or do not, there is no try. The chapter on growth mentioned the quote of Abraham Maslow. He said, in any given moment, we have 2 opinions, to step forward into growth or to step back into safety. We always choose something safe and familiar and keep it into a loop in the book called Between Painful Things That Are Familiar. Most of us are afraid to step out our comfort zone, and the book also tells us that the thing people don't choose is called unfamiliar thing that can bring happiness. As the title that caught my eyes, the author pointed out again that we always have an assumption before choice. What if I can't do that? Or what if I fail? Even we all know that the unfamiliar stuff can bring us happiness. Then why we don't choose it? Aren't we stupid? So here's my answer after reading this and combining it with some author's words. The answer to me is we are stupid. We all think we make a less risky right choice and stay in our comfort zone, which we think that called comfort zone. But we don't know that this comfort zone loop is more painful and keep us more afraid to try things. And back to the origin, it's because we can't face the failure we made. But the funny thing is that failure in life is the key that can make us more successful and make us realize the main thought of it. Back to the main thing we learned. If we never try, we will never know. As a 20 years old college student, I realized that the braver person explores the world first. Let's review again. What I share to accept yourself, follow yourself, and discover inner happiness and growth. This book still have a lot interesting chapters and the fun fact of author's view of life. Reading can give us a lot of knowledge, but the thing back to you is what do you think after reading this book? What you learned, and I think this book is really helpful if you like to think or wanna discuss deeper psychology. I believe this book will suit you and lead you to somewhere higher in your mind and level. Overall, this is my book review today. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Catherine. Okay. Thank you for this major comeback of your book review. Finally, we're having you for another episode. Can you give us a quick brush up by telling us once again what are the 3 parts you took from this book?
3 parts.
The first part.
The first part is you can be not okay in your life.
Number 2.
And number 2 is the small happiness you can find
Small
in your
happiness.
life.
Number 3.
And number 3 is step out your comfort zone.
Okay. Number 1, it's okay
To be not okay.
to be not okay. Number 2,
Number 2 is find your happiness in your life.
find little happiness. Number 3,
Number 3 is
step out of your comfort zone. Okay. What do you find most helpful in this book?
I think is the step out of comfort zone.
Okay. What is the most important takeaway we can have from the book?
I think there's a lot. Probably
If you have to pick one.
pick one. I will say step out your comfort zone. Like I learned in this book, and I think this is the most helpful part for me.
Okay.
So probably will help other people.
Okay. Anything else you want to share about the book?
No? Oh, you guys can discover more chapter because this is a good book. Yeah, that's all.
Catherine, say bye.
Bye.
Language is power when you use it. English and Applied Communication,世新 University.